Something happened today that could change the global balance of technological power. China just unveiled its most advanced AI supercomputer yet. And it's not just powerful, it's independent. Independent of US chips, sanctions, and influence. This is no longer just a race for innovation. It's a geopolitical battle for AI supremacy. And today, China made a bold move. This supercomputer, built entirely with Chinese components, is believed to match or surpass the power of the best the West has to offer. Capable of performing more than 1.5 exaflops, that's over 1.5 quintillion calculations per second. It's built for more than just science or academia. It's a national project backed by the government, targeting both commercial leadership and military applications. Chinese state media claims the system is already being used to train large language models with over 200 billion parameters. These models are intended to rival or outperform Western models like GPT-4 or Claude. The system supports applications in national defense, advanced surveillance, cybersecurity, and smart governance. This is not just a tool, it's a strategic asset. Technically, this machine is astonishing. It uses domestic 7nm processors developed by Chinese firms such as SMIC and Biren, bypassing the US ban on Nvidia and AMD chips. It features high-density interconnects with a 3D mesh architecture, ultra-low latency across thousands of GPUs, and cutting-edge liquid cooling systems. Its efficiency reportedly beats many Western data centers on power per flop metrics. The ability to scale training to hundreds of billions of parameters gives China the foundation to leapfrog into a new generation of AI tools. Models trained on this infrastructure can power everything from AI voice assistants to intelligent weapons, predictive economic engines, urban management systems, and surveillance platforms that track and analyze the behavior of millions in real time. And China isn't shy about its intentions. The country's leadership has stated clearly that AI is a core national priority. President Xi Jinping has made AI development a pillar of the country's 5-year plans. Hundreds of billions of yuan are being funneled into AI parks, quantum research centers, and chip fabrication plants. This supercomputer is just one visible result of years of state-driven effort. The timing couldn't be more important. Over the past 3 years, the United States has tried to slow China's technological rise by restricting access to advanced semiconductors, design software, and fabrication tools. These sanctions were supposed to delay China's AI capability by years. Today, that illusion is shattered. This moment represents not only technological achievement but political defiance. China is declaring that it no longer depends on Silicon Valley or Washington. It can build its own platforms, run its own models, and chart its own path in the AI era. But this raises enormous questions for the rest of the world. What happens when two entirely separate AI ecosystems emerge, one Western, built around open-source collaboration and private enterprise, and one Chinese, built around state control and national alignment? What happens when the models start to diverge, not just in language and function, but in values? For investors, this is both a warning and an opportunity. Chinese tech stocks related to AI and chip development surged after the announcement. Firms like Cambricon, iFlyTek, and Inspur are now seen as critical national assets. Meanwhile, Western firms that once relied on China for massive chip sales, especially Nvidia, are watching a door close. Nvidia has been the dominant force in AI compute for the past 5 years. Its A100 and H100 chips are the engines behind nearly every major model. But now China has proven it can develop and deploy comparable systems at scale. The days of Nvidia's unchallenged dominance may be coming to an end. The broader implications are hard to overstate. With this supercomputer, China can train models for natural language processing, bioinformatics, materials science, and even space exploration. It can simulate war scenarios, optimize drone swarms, and build next-gen intelligent defense systems. It can also monitor dissent, predict social unrest, and optimize propaganda dissemination in ways that authoritarian regimes could only dream of a decade ago. The United States and its allies are now in a difficult position. They can't stop China from innovating, and they can't stop other countries from wanting the same capabilities. Export bans might delay progress, but they also incentivize self-reliance. And China is showing what self-reliance can achieve. This will likely trigger a second wave of global AI nationalism. Countries in Southeast Asia, the Gulf, South America, and even parts of Europe may soon feel pressure to pick a side. Will they align with the US and its regulatory-heavy AI frameworks, or with China's centralized, state-guided model that offers speed and power at the cost of openness? This bifurcation isn't hypothetical. It's already happening. Just as we once had the internet split between the open web and the Chinese firewall, we may now see AI infrastructure, data governance, and model deployment split into parallel realities. And with that split comes fragmentation of standards. Everything from language alignment to ethical constraints to safety protocols could start to differ. In one system, AI may be free to explore controversial topics. In the other, models may be permanently censored, optimized for compliance and ideological purity. Each system will learn different truths and forget different facts. The question is, can the world afford this? Can we afford to have two separate foundations of machine intelligence shaping everything from search results to medical research, from autonomous vehicles to international diplomacy? Some argue that competition is good. It drives innovation. That may be true. But when competition becomes confrontation, the risk grows exponentially. AI trained on military simulations, optimized for speed over safety, could lead to destabilization. Not through war in the traditional sense, but through disinformation, market manipulation, and algorithmic escalation in times of crisis. The balance of power in the 21st century may not be decided by bombs or bullets, but by the speed, scale, and autonomy of AI systems. Whoever can simulate faster, analyze deeper, and adapt quicker will win. China's supercomputer is more than a machine. It's a signal, a marker that the rules of the game have changed. No longer is AI a Western-led project. It is now a contested space, and China is claiming its territory. This is not just about hardware or even software. It's about control. Control over what information is produced, how it's filtered, who gets access, and who profits. In a world where AI shapes every aspect of life, from hiring to policing to governance, control over AI is control over society. For businesses, this means adapting to a new environment. Companies can no longer assume that US-centric tools and platforms will remain dominant. Localization, alignment with national AI strategies, and geopolitical awareness will become competitive advantages. Ignoring this shift is no longer an option. For developers and engineers, it means rethinking what innovation looks like. Building in open-source communities may not always be compatible with the rising tide of national AI agendas. Working on foundational models may come with export restrictions or political entanglements. For citizens, the stakes are more personal. Your future, the job you get, the loan you're approved for, the content you see online, will increasingly be shaped by AI models. If those models are being trained in opaque ways, with little oversight, in closed political systems, what rights do you have to challenge them? The arrival of China's new AI supercomputer raises these questions, and many more. And they won't be answered in labs or server rooms. They'll be answered in parliaments, boardrooms, and protest squares. This is the beginning of a new phase in AI. One driven not just by innovation, but by strategy. One shaped not just by coders, but by presidents and generals. One where the future of intelligence is contested, controlled, and perhaps weaponized. Today, China took a major step forward. The world is now watching and reacting. The AI revolution is no longer an abstract concept. It is here. It is uneven. It is accelerating. And as of now, it is no longer led by just one side. The question is not whether China's AI supercomputer can compete. It's whether the rest of the world is ready for what comes next.